Okay, so let's remind ourselves where we left off last time. So last time we got text working onto these buttons and synced up at least the start game to this one. So now we want to just create the screen that will have these really basic instructions. But before we do that, we're going to do this. Make the relevant arrows disappear from the first and last levels. Okay. So let's jump to the render part of the code. In particular, we're going to draw these arrows when we're rendering the puzzles. And we just want to check that we only render one of these, and actually that we only check the logic for one of these when the level is not the first and not the last. Okay. So a couple things to do. We can still calculate the geometry for these. We don't want to do the detection. So we do draw the menu and the reset button. Draw the arrow buttons if not the... Draw the right... Draw the left arrow button if not the first level. Likewise for the last level. So we just want to say if the it's the current, what's the name of it? It's the current handcrafted level index. Current handcrafted level index. If this is not 0, then let us draw the left one. And likewise, if the current handcrafted level index is not equal to the last one, so I think the number of handcrafted levels minus 1, then we want to draw this one. And then we're going to have to make sure that when we're doing the mouse processing, we're not also clicking on an empty button, for example. It's not actually going to take us back one screen. So we now want to do the process input update state. So yeah, that's gone, but if I click on it, okay, nothing happens. Nothing happens here when I click on it. I guess that's probably fine to... I feel a bit icky about doing like processing that's actually detecting whether it's clicking if we're not actually drawing it. It kind of is benign though. We can do this here. So we can simply say provided the arrows are getting drawn. So for the arrow buttons, let's similarly move these down. We can say if Spartan FL is rating. Very cool. We want to say if the current handcrafted level index is not equal to 0. Check this one out. And then if current handcrafted level index is not number, handcrafted level is -1. I want to do the right position, and I think that should be all right. Let's rebuild this. Hey, two-step. Yeah, good to see you again. I've nearly finished this really small game, and then I can get on to the fun 3D cube game. A bit of a bug. I'm just currently adding in some code that is not going to draw these arrow buttons for the very first and very last kind of level in this collection. And so I thought I could simply do that by adding in this kind of logic, and yet I seem to have just immediately broken it. So that's always fun. But yeah, otherwise pretty good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so clicking this one does go forwards, and we can go back. But for whatever reason, now clicking on this doesn't take us back. Why? Yeah, why not? When do we stop not being able to go back? We can go back then. We can go back then as well. Still go back then. It's only really this last one that we can't go back on. What? Why? Okay, let's comment out this again. And try and rebuild this. Okay, so even... Okay, so the stuff that broke it was not this logic, it was something that happened before it. It's weird though, really weird. Yeah, it's weird that this backwards button works, but this other one doesn't. Anyway. Hey, did I forget to rebuild? Yes, that's correct. Didn't. Oh, hello Raiders. Hello people from Mastodon. Thanks so much for the raid. Currently, I'm just building a very simple like Sudoku game where yeah, you can kind of drag towers around, doing everything from scratch in Zig and Raylib. And currently just tinkering a bit with some of these buttons at the top. For instance, trying to get these buttons to, this right button to disappear at the end of the level, which seems to be working here, and then this one here to disappear at the first set of the levels, which is fine as well. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is working again, so yeah, nothing, when we're not drawing these, it doesn't break, but then for whatever reason, adding in this like hover detection logic does break them. Why? I'm not sure. Okay, in either case, given that the game still works when this stuff is not commented, I kind of want to just move on I can just let these sleeping dogs lie. Okay, and then get on to the next to do. So yeah, we've now made the relevant arrows disappear and redo. So now we actually need to make this instruction screen. So currently clicking on this does nothing. So let's change this. So for the game modes here, we have main menu and then these handcrafted levels. I also want to get rid of this randomized version since we're not going to be using this. So why don't we just replace this randomized version with like the instructions screen. And then there will be a couple of randomized switches, but we can deal with these. So now I want to say instruction screen, and I guess now I want to write a new function called render instructions, and likewise for the other switch statement. Which one do we want to do this? I guess on the instructions screen we'll want to just have a like menu button. So we'll want to process some instructions hover clicks. But then we'll also want to, and that will kind of be it. Okay. So now, what should we do first? I kind of just want to do the rendering part. So where should we draw this? Let's just write it here. Function render instructions void. Because now I'm remembering to do the void. Okay, and so now what do we want to do? A while ago we downloaded like an image, we found an image of a mouse from the internet. I think we saved it, where did we save it? Oh, here it is, mouse image.jpg, okay. Zig image viewer, mouse image, this thing. So now I just want to, the plan is just to have a screen that has this, but with the left button, with a circle around the left button, a circle around the right button, and then just images showing what happens in the game for those buttons. And then that will be the deal. So let's first convert this to, let's find somewhere to store this. Images, and let's then do logic K mouse image mouse.qri. Move the mouse.qri to the images, and then let's import this and start drawing it in the screen. Draw the mouse preview. Okay. So for the importing of the images, we did these in this part here. So we can say mouse image equals embed file, images, then mouse.qri. Then we need to make some space for this stuff at comp time. So we can just say mouse image, a header, is equal to our custom QRI formatter, It feels like so long ago that we wrote this, but we did. Mouse image, and then since we're only going to be drawing it a couple of times, I'll go ahead and just keep the format the same as everything else. Mouse image width is equal to this thing, and then likewise the same with the height. But now we just want this to be the mouse image and the mouse image here as well. Okay, so let's draw this. I think we just want to draw this with the draw texture function. Oh no, before we do this, we need to convert it. We need to convert the image to a texture. I think we did that in main. Yep. We're doing this stuff here. Mouse image. Dot image is undefined. Initialize the images. We're not going to do any fancy like pixel conversion with this, so I think we can literally just say mouse texture is equal to load this texture from image, the mouse image, and then we'll want to make this a constant. So where are these textures? There, mouse texture is RL texture 2D, undefined at this point. Okay, now we actually have the texture. We can now draw it. Okay, how are we drawing this? By just calling the texture, the position, and then the height. So for our render instructions image, we want to say draw texture, mouse texture. Then we need to set a position. So let's just say we'll make a temporary fixed position. We'll dynamically choose where it is slightly in a bit. So we'll just say like mouse image pos will be a vec2. Let's draw this, say 500, 500, and then mouse image pos, and then in terms of the height, maybe we just make this 300 pixels to begin with. Okay, and then what else do we going to want to do? We want to draw some annuli around the mouse buttons. And really want to draw this mouse twice as well. Okay, let's just check that this is working. Zig build run. Errors. Line 77. Shadows declaration of mouse image. Oh wait, did I double up on things? What should we really call this? Would you call this like mouse QOI? Maybe that's a better name. And then call this mouse QOI. See if this fixes these namespace collisions. Okay, out of that error into another. Undeclared identifier process instructions follow clicks. Yeah, we're yet to write that function, so we'll leave it uncommented for now. And then, okay, seems to be working. We need to we need to actually sync up the clicking the instructions button to rendering the screen, which we haven't yet done. So, okay, so when we're on the main menu and we're processing the menu hover clicks, here it is, yeah. So clicking on the instructions button actually transitions to the instructions screen. Well, looks like I've already written that code and just commented it. So if I just make this now the like instructions screen. I saw it the instructions screen. Instructions screen. Hopefully this should work. Let's give it a go. Yeah, thanks to Steph. Yeah, we're gonna do final color selection, but yeah. Okay, and yeah, but yeah, I just kind of want to finish this so I can start the 3D cube game. That's the one that I'm far more excited about doing. Okay, something is not working in that clicking on the start game is not meant to do that. What just happened? So this is like the process menu, hover clicks. Oh, okay. Yeah, instead of the start game button hovering, we really want to do the instructions button hovering. Oops. That's what happens when you just copy and paste code. Or uncomment code that was copy and pasted before actually checking to see what you're uncommenting. Okay, the start game's working, and then the instructions working now, but no texture is being drawn, which is not good. What did we do wrong when we drew this texture? Okay, it is, first of all, it is finding it, right? Yeah, images, mouse, QOI. Yeah, we are passing this. So maybe, I haven't, I don't think it doesn't look like I've actually assigned space to actually just decode the QI format into pixels and then to read the pixels in. Okay, so now I want to do mouse image pixels. Okay. Then we want this to now be the mouse image width times mouse image height. Just assign the memory compiler, we will fill it later, and then in the same area that we actually, yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is the bug. Yeah, QI to pixels, mouse, what do we call this? Emacs, come on! You shouldn't. Emacs should not be stuttering when I do something like this. So how's this working? So we're calling. Oh yeah. So we have to call mouse QI. Then the number of pixels that we're reading this from, mouse, which would be the mouse image width times the mouse image height, and then the pointer to the buffer where we're decoding this stuff, which would just be mouse image pixels. Okay, and then now it's been saved in the buffer. When we when we actually generate the texture, we want to be calling it on mouse image pixels. So, okay. We have this image that we want to make, and then, come on. We need to actually, we just need to store. Surely we can just pass in this pixel buffer where we stored stuff now. Yes. So if I so something, there's like one step we're missing here. Let's just recall what we're doing in one of like the simple case. So in the simple case where we're doing like the start game, we've decoded the QI file, stored it in start game pixels, and we're saying make this raylib image thing that we're going to store stuff in, and then we needed to just initialize it. Let's initialize the mouse image as well. Gen image color. So now we want to do, just like the mouse. It's raylib, so we can't just use the general mouse image width. We need to use like the C in size. So now it's mouse image header dot image width. Come on, width. Mouse image header dot image height. And then we'll just initialize this with transparent pixels. Okay, and then now we've initialized this, we just want to copy stuff over. And so how do we copy it over in the bitmap case? We just said literally in this just array of pixels, look at this stuff and then store something. So similarly we can just say iterate through the pixels of the mouse image and store them in the raylib image. So we can just say for mouse image pixels, capture that as a pixel. Let's also just keep track of the indices on these. Then I've already forgotten what the thing was called. Mouse image. Okay. We want to say mouse image I is just equal to mouse equal to pixel. Like I feel like that's just what it should be, unless I'm. Oh no! We need to actually call we need to call a separate. We have to call this function. Instead, so image draw pixel. Okay, so this will be the mouse image pixels. This is just the eye. And we kind of want to keep track of the xi and yi position of these pixels as well. Okay, so really we want to say actually for 0 going to this mouse image width, okay, if we're going this way, we want to capture this as the xi. And then for 0 going to the mouse image height, capture this as the yi. Okay, then we want to say the mouse image pixel that is the xi plus the mouse image width times the yi. Then yeah, cast this stuff, etc. Okay, and then for this, what's the color that we're setting this thing to be? We just want to set it to like the color of the actual pixel, and so this would just be this numbering is kind of tedious. Let's just make a let's just say that, let's say index is equal to this thing, and then the ROC here, we just want to be taking the index of the I was going to say the index of the pixel, but then that's what this is doing, right? Okay. I think this is what we want. I guess we'll see if this even compiles. Zig build run. No, not liking it at the moment. Incompatible types, U64 and QI header are in here. Why? Like, did we not cast these here? Yeah, why is this one complaining? Oh, it's because it's meant to be mouse image height. Oops, okay. That makes sense. And then, okay, what now? 360. This does not support indexing. But did we not define this as an array? That kind of looks like an array of pixels to me. Why? What is this whining about? Oh, it's mouse image that it's not liking. Okay. Why not? Okay, so I guess mouse image is this raylib image version, and then oh, maybe actually, okay, I think we just need to take the pointer of it. We don't actually need to, like, yeah, we're not taking like the address of the, basically what I was doing. Okay. Aha, and it's working. The mouse is being drawn. Okay, excellent. Progress. Well, you know, okay, super progress would be writing some way of just like summarizing all of the code we just did so that we could just draw an arbitrary image that we want. If given the if given some QRI file, some image is drawn. But since we're wrapping up this project anyway and just moving on with it, whatever. Like this is fine. I'm okay with this. Okay, let's jump back to the rendering part then and make this bigger, make this mouse image better. So instead of making the height 300, how should we do this? How should we make this green? Okay, so I kind of imagine the screen will look like as follows. There will be two versions of this mouse image that are already a lot larger. And then just beside them will be some other screenshot from the game that we'll take. So let's set the height of these things first. This kind of feels, yeah, okay. Let's step back and figure out what we're going to have to dynamically calculate in terms of positions. So we want to calculate, one, the height of these things dynamically, two, the positions of these things, and I think that's kind of it. And I think once we have those, we can dynamically calculate the circles that we're going to draw on these things. Okay, so we'll go back to globals now, and then add in some constants for these. I kind of just want to just make something called like instruction menu geometry. Instruction menu geometry. And then we'll just simply make a, we'll just wrap up all of these constants in a single thing. So we can just say mouse image 1 position. This will be a vec2. Then we can say a mouse image 2 position. Also make this a vec2. Maybe mouse image height. Oh, we've already kind of taken that though. Maybe just mouse 1 pause, mouse 2 pause, mouse height. Make this an F32. Then that's fine for the moment. Align regxp. So then this wasn't the render part. Okay, then we're gonna have to use these things here. So now you just want to say, yeah, get rid of this, and instead, hang on, I think we first might need to make like a local copy of this global we just set. So I guess we just want to say, yeah, variable instructions geometry is equal to, hang on, I'm still getting used to the hang of like this stuff in Zig. Now we want to say this is of the type this, and that's currently undefined. And then we'll set it later. And then let's just keep this on the screen since I'm bound to forget it. Emacs, what are you doing, Emacs? Stop the lag. Okay. Yeah, we want to say draw this texture, and now, and now do instructions geometry dot mouse 1 pause, and then this is like, it's fine. Instructions geometry dot mouse to just the height, right? Mouse height. Do it again here, but now the mouse 2 pause, but of the same height. Then we'll do the annuli. Okay. Now we need to set these things. So we go back to main. Yeah, where's the main loop? This is not the main loop. The main loop is here. When we're doing the calculate geometry, this is where we want to calculate the stuff. So grid calculations first, tile option calculations, menu button calculations, then puzzle solving calculations, instruction screen calculations. Yeah, so let's say well, we can just say instructions screen, or rather like instructions geometry dot the thing I forgot, mouse 1 pause. Okay, let's just set this to be something concrete for the moment, but then we will adjust it. And likewise, let's move this, say, down at like 600, and then mouse height. Make this 100, for instance. Okay, let's give this a spin. Uh, 256. No, here it is. Okay, and there are the two mouse getting drawn, the two mice getting drawn. Come on, let's come on screen. Let's update the sizes of these. Yeah, so what should we make these? So I think we want to position these at to make their center at 1/4 and 3/4 of the height. So this one we want to be 0.25 times screen into the screen height. And then I'll remember to do the other one. And in terms of the horizontal alignment, why don't we draw these at like a quarter of the screen, for example. Screen, wait. Okay, and then make this now 7, 5, and make this to 2. And then in terms of their height, if we make this like 0.3 times the height of the screen, maybe this would be enough. We'll give it a go. Let us see. Yep, that looks good to me. This looks alright. Okay, let's save what we've done so far. So we have done a bit. Let's see, did all of that. And then we also added in the images. So get add images. See. Started drawing images on instructions screen. Okay. Push that to the cloud. Okay, so now we want to draw the like red circles around these things. So then back to the, we'll need to do some, I guess we will need to the question, do we actually need to set the position of these circles? I think we do. I think it makes sense to do that. So I can do ring 1 pause. Make this a vec 2, ring 2 pause. This is a vec 2 as well. And then we can do like ring radius. This is F32. Okay, and then we just want to draw one ring around the left mouse button and then one ring around the right mouse button. So we can do this by what? Okay, where are we going to draw this ring? We know where the center of the images are. That's just mouse 1 and mouse 2. So just by eyeballing it, it looks like this first ring the ring 1 pause is like, so the mouse 1 pause plus I'd say plus like a quarter of the height. Okay, actually before we do that, we should really set what the height is. Mouse height is just going to equal this thing here. So let's do like a quarter of the mouse height, and then in negative. And then in terms of the like vertical position, let's just go with -1/4 as well. Okay, and then likewise we'll do something similar. We'll do something similar down here for the ring 2 position. So we want this one to be now like a quarter from the center, like across, and then it's more like 0.2 this time. and then approximately the same. Okay. And then we should set the radius as well. That should be one of the first things to set. Radius. We'll make this like 0.2 times the mouse height. Okay. Back to the rendering then. So to draw these annuli then, okay, we like figured out how to draw circles when we did this icon here. So we just want to do something similar. That was like we added something to the shapes library, I think. What was it called? Draw centered circle. Draw centered circle, the position. So instructions, geometry dot ring. Wait, was it not ring pos 1? Oops. Would you like pause the radius and then the color? What's it called again? Oh, just ring 1 pause. Okay. Ring 1 pause. Geometry dot ring radius. And okay, then for the color, let's just make this red. Oh, we need. I think we need to cast it. We'll make it red. Likewise, we want to do similar thing for that one. And these won't be rings yet, but at least they'll be on the screen. So let's test this out. See it go run. It probably actually would make sense to write a in this shapes library, just to write like a draw annulus. It's like, okay, we won't do it this time, but it would be simple to do. Okay. What does it mean mouse 1 pause? Doesn't get it. Okay. Leave this here. Likewise, do mouse 2 pause. Set those here. Okay. Dots are disks on the screen. The positions are not so great, but that's okay. We will adjust them now. So the vertical position of this one is okay. The vertical position of this one needs to go down a bit. So maybe like down by 0.2 instead. And then in terms of how far it is across, like 1.5 instead, and maybe this one is 1.5. Give this one a go. Okay, and then we're gonna have to like set the width of this ring as well. Okay. Yeah, this seems kind of better. Yeah. Okay. So we should also do like instructions geometry dot ring thickness. Let's just call this. Let's make this like 0.05 times the mouse height, and then ring thickness. Make this F32, and then when we're actually rendering these, we now want to draw a transparent version of these circles at like the radius of like 1 minus the thing. Okay. So we'll just say like radius is equal to this ring radius, and really like radius 1, and then radius 2 is going to be radius 1 minus ring thickness. Then both of these we're drawing them with radius 1. And then we want to draw the transparent versions of these. Okay, we do have transparent, and then make it 2, and make it 2. Okay, let's get these up and running. Idea, that really. Okay, this kind of makes sense, because like if we're just drawing this transparent circle on top of it, it's not going to do anything. Okay, what I really want to say then is like clear oh, how would we do this? Okay, this is not so obvious now. Like if I was keeping track of this, like some texture and these things were in some buffer, I could say like clear out the pixel in this buffer and then do it that way, but it's not working this way. Okay. Let's actually just scrap the idea and just deal with the disk. And I think the disk is a simpler way of indicating this. In my brain it was a ring, but the ring is unnecessarily complicated. Okay, so let's just do like, we'll make this disk. Disk 1 position, disk 2, and then simply, oh, why is OBS audio disconnected? What? Okay. Okay. Weird. And we'll just disk radius. Okay. Yeah, this is an easier way of going about it. Okay, so then We want to do the disk positions now, and so now we just have, yeah, those things are the same, but now like the disk radius is the thing we want to vary, and we want this to be pretty a lot smaller. Okay. Okay, and now when we're rendering this stuff, yeah, get rid of that idea. Dude, OBS, what's happening with your audio? This is not good. 684 unused constant. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Should just be the disk radius. Why is OBS just dropping this? This is not good. OBS just thinks it's okay to drop this entire stream. My goodness. We will go on. Let's get this done. Like, is this actually streaming now that this got dropped? Like, do I need to say stop streaming and then reconnect? Okay, almost working. Let's just get the positions of these down pat. So we'll adjust these slightly, then we'll move on. So okay, this first just one position kind of okay. Maybe we move it down a bit, but otherwise it's fine. And then this one here, we want to move it to the left a bit, and dude, like what's happening with OBS? Like I don't. What's happening with Twitch? Why is it failing? So weird. We're just gonna push through this. We're basically done anyway. This one, the height is fine. It's just we want to move it like 10 over. Okay. So let's just see if we, when we adjust the aspect ratio of this, stuff moves about in some predictable way. Okay. Great. And then let's save this. Say drew red dots on mouse buttons on images of mouse buttons. Okay. Push this to the cloud, and then I have no idea what is happening with Twitch. at all. I see buttons that say things like live and yeah, I'm just totally confused. Totally confused why this would happen. Anyway. Okay, I think I kind of want to stop this stream now then. It's late and Twitch isn't really working anyway, so yeah, whatever. We'll just come to an end. Thanks everyone who dropped by. Bye bye.